Welcome to Trade Doc, the Theta Options Trader, where we recap today's close, look at the futures, and scan our ETF watch list to spot opportunity. Today is the last trading day of the year, December 30th, 2016, about 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and the markets, they all close in the red, averaging down about, looks like about 0.5%, with the Dow down about 60 points, NASDAQ leading the way down almost 4%. The S&P and the Russell down almost 0.5%. So not too much action. Looking at the futures, we have the majors down just slightly. Bonds are up. The VIX is unchanged. Crude is down to 53.90. Natural gas 375, down 0.5%. Gold is up 11, up to 1152, and the dollar came down slightly. The British pound is up to 124, and the CAD is almost back to 75 cents. Taking a look at the charts, here's crude, and today we close this position out. It closed out at a price level with our set targets, so that was we closed it out with a profit. So crude, in my opinion, is going to be trading, like I said, between the 1130 and the 1175 level. So since the Russians got this on lock, I see crude maintaining this level. I don't see it going up or down unless people start producing more than what they said they were. But unlike that is the oil explorers. Since there's enough crude out there, I don't see them exploring anymore, and they were down 0.5%. I'm going to keep that short position until things change. Natural gas came down because it's warm weather. It came down today 1.5%. Close our position, but I still have shorts on there, so I'm not going to put no close or buy signals on natural gas. Here's gold. I'm not going to be selling gold anytime soon, but since it did this type of price movement, I want to make sure it maintains this price level. If it breaks this price level, and you can tell between this trend line and this trend line, it's creating a channel, so that makes me even feel better. I see that trading up that way. Gold miners, I said to hedge, take a little bit off, and I actually hedged. I took off my hedge at the end of the day, and because of this channel here, and this channel has been going back since November, I actually took my hedge off. So if you're not long gold miners, it's good to start building a position, or I feel confident enough that you can actually take it on. Here's silver. Silver came down, and I actually bought some silver today, so we're taking a long position on silver. XLE, we're going to stay short for a while. XLU, we actually closed this position right at our price level here, but we are gonna stay short XLU. I have that. I let the front month expire, and I kept the long put option, so I can see this continue to come down following this trend line here. But our support level is about 48. XLI came down. As you can see, we have a short, and it's almost at our price target. I have that with not the ETF. I have a couple individual stocks that are shorted. And here's material sector, one of our best performers, and it's like a no-brainer. We're still waiting for it to close the position at the 49 level. We might see a little bit pop up back to test this support resistance at 50.34. And here's a healthcare sector, and they actually, I have no position, but I've been waiting for them to figure out what they're gonna do, and they actually broke down here. But at the support, so because of this support level, I'm actually on Tuesday when the markets open up again, I'm gonna start biting into the healthcare sector using triple leverage ETF LABU. Here's real estate, and I wanted them to come up just like they did right here before I place a short. So now this is on Tuesday when they open up, I'm actually gonna short real estate long, because the home buyers did this type of move, which is 0.75% down. They actually broke this trend line, which I knew they would, and they should be hitting this price level at 33. Retailers still trying to stabilize, have no position. We stabilize that position, and they're kind of hovering along this trend line. We'll see that if there's a spike down, I might get long for a little while. The financials, which is our biggest short, they came up about almost 0.25%. Nothing dramatic. They should be coming down. They might be testing this this trend line here and then come back down. I'm not going to close the position until they hit the 22.90 area. Here's the S&P, which is you know, I'm kind of long. I have a lot of dividend ETFs that have to do with companies that are the S&P, that are in the Dow, that are in the Russell. So that's my whole basis is long the market. Don't get me wrong, I short a lot of things, but I am long the market with dividend stocks. And when the S&P comes down like this, you know, I am short the S&P, as you can see, but you know, it's just, I seen it coming. Everybody should have seen it coming. And until they like find support at this trend line, which this trend line I made was the Bizz long support, which means it's a long support for a long while. If they actually break this trend line, then we're gonna see bad things in the economy. Hopefully they recover in January, and I can go along the S&P for a little bit. And here's the Dow. Broke this trend line, broke this trend line, so there's actually no more support for the Dow. Now the Dow Jones doesn't cover, it just covers like the major companies. So you know, the Dow Jones, I don't see anything happening, and I'm short the Dow via SDOW, which is short Dow. That's what I filled up here. And as you can see, I don't have no trend line, no support levels until it hits 192.60. Keep moving in here. Here's the Qs, and this right here, this is where I want to go along the Qs, short term. And the Russell, we close out the Russell because options are expired. Good gain on that. Emerging markets, I actually did close emerging markets yesterday, so I should have put that in yesterday. But emerging markets, I'm waiting for them to come down. I'm still long China and India. There's Japan, kind of making a base down here, so it's good to buy Japan. And here's China, another good place to go long. They came down today about almost 0.25%, But China, you got to go long China as well as India. India actually went up 0.25%, but I'm so long India. Looks good. There's Russia, and Russia's coming up. It's like I see this a big steep drop once it hits this trend line. And Europe finally went back to even. Well, Happy New Year, everyone. Thanks for watching. Hedge your bets out there. Peace.